Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
All right.
More like Water Emblem.
All right. Anyways, welcome back to Ramen Trap Radio, episode 10.5.
The OVA.
Yes. This part of the podcast, we're going to be going over My Hero Academia because we haven't talked about it
In
in
a while.
quite a minute. Yeah, and we're also going to go over some Star Wars stuff too as well.
I
So,
can finally
let's
flex
start
my
off.
Star Wars historian muscles.
Yep. Let's start off with My Hero because we've been 5 episodes behind on talking about it. I know
I have not
Elijah
seen
is
those 5
still 5
episodes.
episodes behind. So let's get a general impression from Will. What do you think of where overhaul arc is going on right now?
Sorry.
Forget that.
Jeez. Okay. It's really starting to pick up,
Mhm.
like 0 to 100.
I told
The
you.
last episode with Sun Eater,
Mhm.
that was incredible.
Yeah. Sun Eater's one of my favorite characters.
Because like
just
his
'cause of that
quirk
fight.
has potential to be completely busted, and we saw that.
Who's
Mhm.
Sun Eater?
You know the big three.
Yes.
You know the guy who looks like Sasuke.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
him. He's Sun
Mhm.
Eater.
And his quirk is that he can turn in. Literally, he is what he eats, and he turns into what he eats. So
If he eats an octopus, he can turn his hand into like tentacles.
yeah, he can also use.
Yeah,
that,
I know what you're smiling at.
Mhm. If he can turn, if he eats like herbs or
He's like
whatever, he can
Squidward.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good at
Yeah.
it. Well, if
Yeah.
he eats chicken wings, like he can use the talons of the chicken
Or
and turns, like
wings.
that, or his wings too. Yeah. So that whole fight with him is dope. So now we've gotten into like the raid arc. What do you think of
Wait.
Ares
Wait.
pulled
So
back.
what if he ate All Might's hair?
There is a reason. Yeah, he would get it. He would get
We
it.
don't know how temporary or permanent it is.
He has to keep eating it.
Yeah.
So like if he hasn't eaten in a while, his skills with it will be rusty.
Yeah.
But what was it? So what do you think? Because we got the reveal of what Eri and Chisaki's whole relationship is.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
That was a little messed up.
It's just a little bit. So for like since he hasn't seen it, and for anyone who needs a reminder, what happened was earlier we saw what was it? Eri and Overhaul, and it looked a little sus with Eri having bandages all over her and whatever. So what happened is those remember that bullet that we saw earlier that stopped the guys from going. So he's manufacturing those bullets that stop quirks, like can cancel out a quirk.
So it's pretty much like a portable eraser head.
Yeah. And he's using the little girl's quirk to make them. Literally
What,
turning
does she,
her.
like, copy something or something?
We don't know exactly what her quirk is yet, but what was it? She's apparently his daughter, and he's using her as a way to manufacture those bullets through like human experimentation.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really bad. And what was it? Deku's and what was it? Mirio's reaction to finding out what that was. They were pissed. It was like because they could have stopped it right then and there.
Had it done there.
But nope, we have to go straight into the Mafia's HQ to try to save them now, and that's what they're doing right now.
And it's
So what does
Mhm.
Overhaul's quirk do?
So what it does is it can deconstruct and reconstruct things. So he can like touch something and completely break it apart and touch it again, and
which is why
refill
all
it.
of his executions are so brutal.
Yeah. So and that explains what happened with Magnet Man earlier.
Yeah.
So could he theoretically
Mega F for Magnet
remake
Man.
Yeah.
Magnet Man?
Yes, but he's not going to.
He's a little dead. So.
Yeah.
No, I mean like because his quirk takes apart things and puts them back together. Could he?
You'll get an answer for that. Yeah.
I don't think he
You'll
can
get
bring
it.
back the dead.
You'll get an answer for that.
He could.
Not even a stand
I
can bring
will
back
not
the
s-
dead, said Jotaro, Josuke's grandfather.
I will not.
He shook Joseph's heart.
I will
back to
not
life.
say what exactly happens, but that does get addressed because something happens.
Not even a stand can revive the dead, said Jotaro, to a person whose stand is to heal injuries. Yet
Anyway,
Jotaro and
okay,
Star
too much JoJo,
Platinum
too much
can
JoJo, too much
resurrect
JoJo.
to Joseph
Shh,
Joestar.
this is My Hero, not JoJo. Anyways,
Same thing.
what was it? So, where do you think the rest of the raid arc is going to head towards? Like, what do you expect from
Okay,
it?
so I know the next episode is about Red Riot,
Yes.
which I'm
oh my
so
gosh.
excited for because the preview
Mhm.
looked so cool.
I'm telling you now, this is one of my favorite fights in the whole series coming
because
up.
I saw a screenshot of the manga a while ago and
Mhm.
like where he how he looked. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
can't wait for this to be
Oh
animated.
my gosh.
Fat Gum also becomes one of my favorite characters, isn't it?
Oh,
Oh, you haven't met Fat Gum. Fat Gum is
He's
this
literally
giant.
just
Yeah.
this absolute unit of a man.
Yeah, he's huge, big, and he's great. his quirk lets him absorb things into his body, so like he can just
Toga is
reflect
still-
bullets. Like
Toga is
nobody.
still best girl, right?
No, she
No.
never was.
Never was, never was, bro. Never was.
I mean, you could leave if you disagree.
Bro, the door's right there. Anyways,
I'm getting
Toga
a
will
divorce.
show up in this
Getting a
arc, though.
divorce.
But yeah, I'm just really excited for next episode because it's one of my favorite fights in the whole series. And they did Sun Eater's whole fight really
Yeah,
well.
that was really
Oh, gosh.
cool.
Especially the what was it? It was a 3-on-1 against these 3 other guys. And it was so dope because the way he wins the fight is one person's quirk is that he can turn his body into like crystals and diamonds. So
Each one of
he
the crystals
ate one of the crystals to turn himself into a diamond to block an attack, and then won the fight through that way. It was
Wow.
it was dope. And the other guys were really entertaining too. Another one
Yeah,
was
they're really cool. The dude who could pass objects through his body. Or
yeah,
something
if
like
you
that.
he can basically steal anything from you as long as you're holding it. So he was constantly like stealing like what was
It's
it?
kind of like Josuke.
No,
No.
No. Part 8. Josuke.
No. It's not even
I
how
haven't
it
seen
works.
part 8. So.
But what was it? And the other guy
Oh,
can,
the way his stand works is he can take something and then give you something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He does it with
Right,
bubbles.
right.
it's weird.
But
But and then the other guy was
soft
he
and
just
wet?
chomp
eat-
through anything.
Yeah,
Is
he
it
can
called soft and wet?
Yes.
yeah. So he can also eat through anything. The third guy and digest it in like
In like seconds.
seconds. So he was able to literally just eat like the tentacles and like keep him back at a distance. So that whole fight was really well animated,
Yeah.
entertaining.
It was really cool.
And Sun Eater is one of my favorite characters. Just so good.
Why does he look like Sasuke though?
He does. He's like a shy
It's
Sasuke.
anime. I
Mhm.
mean, if you look in the background of My Hero, they have a lot of references to other animes. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I know, but
if-
like he literally just looks like Sasuke.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did that intentionally. Like
Mhm.
as a reference to Naruto.
possibly.
But he's like nothing like Sasuke though.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see the rest of Overhaul. Next, when we come back, we can do like another spoiler cast where
Like
he
the
comes
whole
up.
season would be over by
Yeah.
that time. Or just
Maybe.
wrapping up.
How many episodes would it be? Like
We're at
it's supposed to be 24. We're at like
6.
I think we're
8?
7, 8. Yeah. So we have a little bit left.
Yeah, it might be like wrapping up by the time we get to the second season.
I feel like we would get to the end of Overhaul by the time we start again next semester. And then we'll have a little bit into the next arc, which you have to have because there's been a whole debate against like on people who have read ahead in the manga, like where is Overhaul arc going to end? I mean, where season 4 going to end? Because the next arc, even though it's a lot shorter, it's really pivotal for getting the what's the word? Getting the reward for everything that happened
Okay.
after Overhaul arc.
All right.
Yeah, getting the payoff. There
Yeah,
we go.
yeah.
So I'm really excited
Like,
to see how that goes.
I know how it ends. Like
Mhm.
I've said like a dozen times, but
Yeah.
I don't know how they got there, which is the exciting part.
And there's a lot, trust me, based on what you said, there's a lot that you don't know
Yeah,
about with how they
I
got
know.
there. There's a lot that's
Yeah.
going to go down.
I do that a lot. I spoil things for myself.
I didn't realize it was a spoiler. I was just scrolling through Instagram and I was like, oh, look, this person did this. Which I'm not gonna spoil it for Elijah, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was wrap that up. 10 minutes of My Hero. That's pretty good. Next is
Mandalorian.
Yep, let's start.
Mandalorian.
So I'm not caught up on the Mandalorian. I've watched
What
the
episode
first
are you on?
episode 2.
Finished episode 2?
I finished episode 2. Yeah.
I don't have Disney Plus and there's no good pirates for it.
don't piracy. But yeah, so Elijah.
I just want to share
Give
a little
us
piece
your-
of information. You saw in episode 2, or maybe a little bit of episode 1, the Mandalorian's rifle.
Yes.
How when he shot the Jawas, they literally disintegrated.
It's
It's
really funny.
It's supposed to be like a banned
Mhm.
weapon in the Empire or something.
Yeah, the weapon literally takes every single atom in your body and makes it explode. but this is the thing. It happens one by one.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
He did that to that poor little Jawa.
but it gets a lot worse.
Oh no.
That's a metal.
Let's say I had it and I did it to Will.
This
This
seems a little.
he would be vaporized in less than a second.
Oh my
To
gosh.
us, it would be less than a second.
But to him, he feels
to
it.
him, time when you get shot by this weapon, time stretches out.
So you
So
can
you
feel it.
feel the pain of every single atom in your body exploding and ripping itself
This is all
apart.
canon.
All canon.
That Jawa.
Every
copped
single
it.
every single thing in your body, one by one, it goes through your entire body, ripping you apart.
Man, that's really, really dark.
It can last. I don't think they ever confirm how long it lasts, but they say that it is by far the most excruciatingly painful way to die in the Star Wars universe.
Oh my gosh.
Even worse than the Sarlacc pit, which is basically you're being slowly digested by acid for years.
Yeah. Shout out to Boba Fett. He's
the
still probably
weapon-
going through that right now.
The weapon was so bad that it was banned
Yeah,
by
banned
the
by the
Empire.
The Empire banned it.
The Empire.
If the Empire
banned it.
bans it, you know it's bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the Empire did use it. There was
Mm-hmm.
a battalion of stormtroopers led by a general, an Imperial general, obviously, that used the weapons on an attack on a rebel base in the early years of the Empire. And you know how even though all the power was to Palpatine,
Mhm.
he still kept the Senate.
Yeah.
The Senate
But he
actually
was
banned
the
it.
Senate.
No, but the thing is, the Senate saw what this does to people, and they banned it. And it is one of the rare, very small times in the Star Wars universe where the Imperial Senate actually had power and accomplished something. Because they were really just there as a placeholder, so people could think that it was a democracy when really it wasn't.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
love democracy.
I
But-
am the Senate.
Gosh,
Do
I love the
it.
prequels. Do it. Anyways,
Yeah.
so what do you think of The Mandalorian so far, based on what you
I'm all caught up.
Mhm.
Obviously, I've not seen the new episode this Friday, as it has not come out yet.
Mhm.
That show is amazing.
It's very, very good.
Like,
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things, but at the same time, I feel like one mistake could ruin the whole thing.
I haven't seen, but it
What
looks like they're not
happened?
going.
Can you remind me what happened at the end of episode 2?
Baby
I'm
Yoda
a-
uses the Force and saves the Mandalorian.
Okay, you haven't gotten into episode 3. The end
Yeah.
of episode 3 is when it happens.
Okay.
In the end of episode 3, we meet the rest of the Mandalorian's clan,
Mhm.
and so cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, I
Mandalorians
can't
so
are really
cool.
cool.
Mhm.
Clone Wars aren't canon anymore, though, right?
No.
They had like these like black lightsabers. I remember in the Clone Wars. Which
Black
was
saber,
yeah.
so
Mhm.
sick.
Actually, it is canon.
oh,
It
they
is?
are?
Clone
Oh.
Wars is canon.
Okay.
okay.
Because Star Wars Rebels, which
Yeah.
Star Wars Rebels, which is made by Disney, is canon, and they confirmed some of the aspects from the Clone Wars to be true.
Okay.
But
we could
the-
just like not listen to Disney.
the lore of the Mandalorians is so cool.
That was dope.
Pretty much,
Yeah, because they're like a whole like warrior race.
yeah. They say in one of the newest, I think the second to most recent episode, the Mandalorian isn't actually a Mandalorian.
Mhm.
He is. See, the thing is, to become a Mandalorian, you don't actually need to be born on Mandalore. You just need to follow the ways of the Mandalorian, which is protect your kin, protect your clan, and live with honor.
Mhm.
So this actually, I mean, it's not a spoiler for Mandalorian. Jango Fett and Boba Fett. It's debated if they're actually Mandalorians
Yeah, I've
or
seen
not.
stuff
Yeah.
about that. If they were like quote unquote fake Mandalorians.
Yeah, because in the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi meets with Jango Fett and the Mandalore, which is the leader of the Mandalorians,
Mhm.
which is weird because
The Mandalore.
it's like calling
the
if-
Mandalore.
it's like calling the president of the United States America. Like yes, America. Like it's weird how their leader is named
No,
after their
that
planet.
sounds like a sci-fi thing though.
yeah.
Mhm.
But the Mandalore, who is a notorious liar and was secretly working with the Sith and Separatists, he lied to Obi-Wan, said, "Oh, there are no Mandalorians in that part of the galaxy. You must have seen a faker."
Whoops.
And people don't know if he was lying or not.
Mhm.
But he probably was lying because he lied about a lot of other stuff in the Clone Wars.
Mhm.
He was dirty, stinking traitor.
Mhm.
But the
There was nothing wrong with
Mandalorians,
the CIS.
the Mandalorian that we see in the Mandalorian,
Yeah.
he
Keeping the flowchart going.
his family was killed
There's like a diagram
was
of where Elijah's been going.
and brought into Mandalore and raised
Mhm.
by Mandalorians. And it said that the last time he took off his helmet and the worst. See, when a Mandalorian,
Yeah, they don't
their
take off their
helmet
gear.
is sacred.
Yeah.
They take it
They don't-
off.
I mean,
but not
yeah.
in front of others.
Mhm.
If you take off your helmet for someone, or if someone else takes off your helmet, it is seen as such a high disrespect that you can never put that helmet back on.
Oh wow.
Dang.
Like if I were to just take it off for you, I can never put it back on.
Wow.
Yeah.
But also I wanted to talk about, because there's one really funny aspect where he overestimates himself a lot in the show. In the first episode, he's ready to take on 4 stormtroopers in a 1v1 at gunpoint. And not a 1v1, a 4v1.
4v1,
Yeah,
that's
excuse
the
me. And then in the second episode, he gets washed by a group of Jawas in a sandcrawler. And it's really funny. Because he like takes out one of them, and the rest he's fighting them on like as a sandcrawler is going, because of what was it? They take apart his ship, right?
Yeah.
And he goes out to like get revenge or whatever. And
So
it's
they get
really
the
funny because
ship back.
Baby Yoda's flying in his pod, like right behind him, as he's like trying to crawl up like this giant sandcrawler. He gets to the top, and there's just a bunch of them. And they all like, stun him, and he falls off the side of the sandcrawler. And it's really funny. And at the end of episode 2, what was it?
Well, it's
So-
because they have the high ground.
Huh?
They have the high ground.
They
The Jawas
have.
the
They
high
did
ground.
have the high ground. They did. But at the end of episode 2, he also has to fight this one monster thing in like a den in order to get the
He has to get the
Jawas to
egg.
fix his ship. He has to get this egg from some random monster. And the only reason he wins that fight is because Baby Yoda magically learns how to use the Force and stop him. Because if he didn't happen, he was just going to die right then and there. It's really funny seeing how much he overestimates himself.
I like those kind of characters.
Yeah,
I'm
especially since he doesn't talk a lot too.
Mhm.
Like he's pretty soft.
I'm not going to use names. Well, they're unnamed characters, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. Let's just say that in one of the later episodes, you really see how much of a fighter he is.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of takes on 20 plus experienced expert bounty hunters
Wow.
and comes out victorious. A 1v20.
That's bigger than a 1v4.
That's a lot
Yeah,
bigger than
he-
what you were.
I mean, stormtroopers are nothing compared to him because I mean they're blasters.
Yeah.
They bounce off his Beskar steel armor. So
hmm And also
Yeah,
the can't aim.
Mandalorians have like next level plot armor.
Yeah,
yeah,
Doesn't it take like hundreds of years to make them though, or something like that?
I don't know about that.
no
But we
Beskar
probably
steel. I don't think we've ever gotten an actual source as to if Beskar steel is made or like found in a mine, but it's native to Mandalore. But it's also found in other parts of the system. But it's mostly found in Mandalore, and it can withstand a lightsaber hit. Like
Ooh.
if like let's say this is if the lightsaber's like going like this, it'll literally bounce off. But I mean, if you like do like a stabbing approach, it'll go through.
Yeah.
It's kind of like medieval armor.
Mhm.
If someone's like hitting you with a sword, like slicing,
It's not gonna cut it.
It's probably
Yeah.
it might slide off. But if someone does a piercing motion, it's
Yeah.
you know
Huh? Wow.
Jango
We'll
Fett's
probably-
only weakness.
We'll probably figure it out.
The-
Figure that out in the
the
Mandalorian.
the ways the Mandalorian weapons that they have are the tools like the flamethrower, the grappling hook.
Mhm.
They have like
Jetpack.
a jetpack. They have like
Mhm.
You
like
gotta
a,
get me one of those.
they have like a magnet.
Fly
gauntlet.
right into a Sarlacc pit.
We don't see it in the Mandalorian, but they have like a magnet gauntlet they can use, and all those tools were made when the Mandalorians were at war with the Jedi to mimic Jedi abilities.
That's dope.
Yeah,
yeah,
Mandalorians
that's-
had a really bad history with the Jedi.
hmm
yeah. The Mandalorians hated the Jedi, and they were at war.
Is that
for
where
years.
the black sabers came from?
Probably not.
That was different because
Yeah.
there was a Jedi that was a Mandalorian, and it actually brought peace between the
Oh,
Jedi
okay.
and the Mandalorians. And he had
Elijah
black
with the
saber.
Star Wars history.
Yeah, I am a Star Wars.
I love
historian.
this. No, it's great.
Some of the lore is insane.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's great.
It's not canon anymore. Though.
a lot of it
Yeah.
not
I think I mentioned this last episode, but
Midichlorians.
there's a talk between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker.
yes, you mentioned
Yeah,
talked about it last
episode 4,
episode.
where he's like, "I've killed a lot of fathers. You're gonna have to be more specific."
Yeah, so funny.
The savagery.
Mhm.
That's really dark.
Like, I love the Darth Vader comics.
I love the one panel of Darth Vader when he's riding on a space horse. I've seen
that
that.
was cool.
It's really, really great.
But
I'm gonna pull that up again.
some of the weapons the Mandalorians have are so cool. Like, you'll see in the next episode,
Mhm.
or either the next episode or the episode after that, Joseph. I
Mhm.
actually think it is. I think it is episode 3.
I'm definitely gonna catch up.
Bro,
Like,
Yeah.
if
over
anybody
break.
wants to slide a Disney Plus,
Bro, just come chill with me in my dorm room. Watch.
Or I'll give you my account
That
info.
sounded weird.
Yeah.
If you want to watch the show,
extremely
though.
suspect.
Yeah.
Or
Or just I'll toss you my account info. No
but
worries.
it's some of the weapons they have are crazy.
I can't wait to watch more of the Mandalorian because those
Yeah.
first 2 episodes were
Yeah,
really,
now
really
that
great.
break's coming up. I actually have time.
What's everyone's to wrap up? What's everyone's opinion on Baby Yoda?
I think it's pretty cool.
My friend told me that if he ever met Baby Yoda, he would punt it like a football.
Why?
I asked the same thing. Why would you do it to Baby Yoda? Baby Yoda is sacred. He doesn't know. Baby Yoda.
I've loved all the
See,
memes.
if anyone
coming out.
remembers the original Star Wars, the Clone Wars series, y'all remember Baby Jabba.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Baby Jabba, Baby Yoda.
It's so weird how we call. I know we can't call him anything else, but we never found out what the name of Yoda's species is. So that's why everyone's just calling him Baby Yoda.
They don't have a species name?
We never found out because
Yeah.
we've only seen Yoda and
I thought they
Yaddle.
did.
You don't count it. Have you ever found out? You don't know about Yaddle?
Yaddle,
Yeah.
Yaddle,
Of course
yeah.
Yaddle's the
Yaddle.
weird female Yoda.
Yeah, it's just Yoda with like.
There's
long
actually-
Yeah.
Actually,
What
hair.
episode? What movie is she
It
in?
was in one of the prequels.
It was one of the prequels.
There's
Yeah.
a theory that Baby Yoda is Yoda and Yaddle's child.
Oh my gosh. This is so weird.
I saw a meme the other day where it was like
Ugh.
Yoda in the original trilogy, like, and it was like, hoo hoo hee hee hoo hoo, funny weird, like crazy psychotic trainer I am, and then it's like versus Yoda in the prequels, committed several war crimes I have,
Yoda has committed some war crimes.
slavery I am guilty of,
It's so-
enslavement and war crimes.
It's so weird
He
seeing.
did survive Order
Oh.
66 though.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, your Baby Yoda has been great. I love. Did you see how? What was it? The director of the Mandalorian said, "No, there's not going to be any Baby Yoda merch for the holidays
Which is
because
the
they kept."
worst
Yeah,
idea.
because they wanted to keep the character a secret, even though he was in episode
Yeah, I
one and
get
became a
that.
huge meme.
But like they should have expected that.
Yeah, and
Come
then
on.
like a
Yeah.
week later, they said, "Okay, we're making merch.
Yeah,
But it's going to
exactly.
be available
What
for
I'd like-
pre-order for the holidays, but it won't be out for Christmas."
Because like
What I like about
if
the
you see-
Mandalorian
Yep.
is that in The Last Jedi, you remember those little like bird kind of things that were on Luke's island?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, those.
The only
yeah.
reason those were made, like a
Mhm.
person in Disney confirmed this, the only reason those animals were added into the movies was so that they could make merchandise of it and sell it as toys.
No, the reason why they exist is because where they were filming, there were a bunch of puffins, and they couldn't get them off the set. So what they just did is turn them into weird CGI. What were they called? Porgs, I think. Yeah, something. But what they did is because they couldn't get all the puffins off of the set, they just turned them into those weird bird things, and it's
But
really funny.
Someone in Disney confirmed they could have edited them out. They just decided to make them their own thing so they can make merch.
I love
Which
that.
I like. I hope that they don't do a Baby Yoda.
They're gonna.
Like
do
I
it.
like how
Oh,
the
Baby Yoda is
Mandalorian-
going to get so
Baby
much
Yoda
merch
is
in the
going
next
to
few
get
months.
Milked. bro.
Yeah. I'm ready for it.
Baby Yoda.
See me walking around with like a Baby Yoda shirt, a Baby Yoda keychain, a Baby Yoda wallet.
Committed war crimes I have.
So to wrap up really
It's
quick,
not as funny as
since
the second
we've got
What?
like 6
It's not
minutes,
as funny as the second time.
let's wrap it up.
Stupid you are.
You guys ready for episode 9?
Episode 9. Oh, Star Wars
yeah.
episode 9. I was
It's gonna be
confused.
horrible, but I'm gonna watch it anyway.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna. It's Star Wars. It's like Harrison
Yeah,
Ford
it's
said. in
it's
the
Star
interview.
Wars. I
It's
know it's
Star
gonna be
Wars.
horrible.
Our
but it is
first
Star
show of the
Wars.
next semester should be a Star Wars cast.
I
Yes.
think we should still go with the time skips.
Anyways, that was episode 10.5 of the
And
Ramen
Video
Chop
games and
Radio.
pop culture we talk about.
I love that one.
All right,
So
you got me
anyways,
there.
signing off. We'll next
Ninja Gaiden Sigma and Premiere.
here's our last episode of the
Of
decade
the
officially.
decade of
Yes.
this season.
Next time we come back.
Is this
will
like the
be
new
episode
meme with
2.
me? There was like Obama and Boom
Yoda.
Boom. Oh, Boomer and Boom Bama.
Oh no.
Pop culture video games. And now we're just into the Yoda voice.
All right.
Don't do that.
Well, we'll come back next decade. Come back more about pop culture video
See you in
games.
2020.
Oh gosh. All
Ramen
right.
Shop Radio Kai.
And that's a wrap.
Ramen Chop Radio Shippuden.